Hi, Spout Lorians. Abdul here with a quick pre-show announcement. If you haven't heard, this coming Monday, August 26th, is the day that we will be launching the first season of our bonus show, Mallbrats, on a brand new public feed with newly scored and remastered episodes. Launch week is going to be pretty huge, with a brand new episode dropping every day. And we're also doing a collab with our friend, the incredibly talented artist, Casey Golden, where she'll be drawing the Cool Treat Kids in her own amazing style. Launch weeks are hugely important for new shows, so we're asking all our listeners to please go and subscribe to the new feed, which is live right now. And when that first episode drops, listen, rate, review, all that good stuff. We genuinely love this show so much, and we think you'll love it too. We're also going to be doing a bunch of launch week giveaways for listeners of the new show, where we'll be giving away custom Spout Lore merch packages from our friends at Fantasy by Numbers, with amazing pins and ornaments and coasters, all with custom Spout Lore art on them. And also, one lucky listener will win the one-of-a-kind Cool Treat Kids character art that Casey is creating. If you'd like to enter to win Casey's gorgeous artwork or any of the amazing merch packages that we're giving away, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes and head over to the new feed and subscribe. Then, when the first episode drops on Monday, rate and review 5 stars or more, and make sure you sign the review with your Discord or social handle so we can find you to give you your amazing Spout Lore memorabilia. From everyone here at Spout Lore, thank you so much. We hope you like the new show.
Hi, everybody. It's your Game Master, Shawn O'Hara. I'm with Paul, Jessica,
hello,
and Abdul. Abdul? He's here. He just doesn't. He's being recalcitrant for some reason.
I don't care.
What you're about to hear is explicitly not canon. I want to get that out of the way off the top. This does not factor into the true history of Young Tacoma Dome in any way. Abdul, do you want to talk a little bit more about what happened?
It is a bonus episode where we brought on hilarious comedian Brent Constantine. Paul was away again. What were you doing at the time, Paul?
Who knows?
Okay. This was during Paul's woods phase, where he lived in a cabin in the woods above sheep.
Many sheeps.
Yeah. So it was hard to get in touch with him sometimes. He dropped off the map there for a while. So we brought in...
I was on a different map.
Yeah. We brought in guest player, Brent Constantine, hilarious comedian, Brent Constantine, to do a prequel episode with Jessica and I.
And Brent almost immediately took full control. It was a mutiny. In no small terms, it was a full mutiny. You will hear in this episode for the first time a player creating and voicing multiple NPCs.
I can't wait to hear it. I've never heard it.
It's something else. It really is. And so
it's 4 hours long?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We edited it down.
He somehow bullies even Abdul out of the story.
Yeah.
And his character is insane.
There's a point in close to the end where my character and Jessica's character just leave the room and
In the game.
like leave the game. Yeah, we leave the world, and then it's just Brent.
Wow.
So all this and more you're about to hear. Just you Patreon supporters, but please understand. This is not canon. Nothing in this episode actually happened in the history of this world. And for you, our wonderful listeners, here's a little sample of that game that you're about to hear right now. God save our souls. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Spout Lorigins episode. We are without Paul and Mark today. So today we have Abdul Aziz.
Hello.
Jessica Ty.
Hey.
And guest player Brent Constantine.
Hello. Thank you. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for
Wouldn't
having
even
me.
let me get through his name.
Thanks, everybody.
Comedian.
We were just talking about merch and some new merch that's coming out for the podcast pretty soon.
We don't have any merch.
I asked these guys, how do you make money off this podcast? Because if you listen to the podcast, you listen for many years now. You're wondering...
It's only been 1 year.
Okay, all right. And how does it keep, how do they keep the quality high? How do they keep the players entertained? They've added some players since it first started. So where does that money come from? Merch was the answer. So T-shirts, packages of walnuts. I don't know why that's the second thing I thought of. I've never seen that in my entire life. I think T-shirts probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Of possible merch. I
Hey,
guess.
Brent, out of proportionally out of the podcasts that you've been on in the past, how many of them do you take over within the first minute?
Yeah, a very few. I'm invited to
100%,
very
every
few
single
podcasts. I did do a podcast, actually, because I just moved to Edmonton. I did Simon Glassman's Jurassic Park podcast, where you talk about, it's not about Jurassic Park, it's about movies. So I don't think I took it over, but it was just the two of us. So I'm not going to take over this podcast. It was just a joke to start things off. I was just joking around. So I just want us all to have fun, because we had fun before we started. But now, like we said, we get to business and then things change, relationship change. I just wanted you guys all to know the relationship between us is not going to change. It's going to be a positive environment where we can all have a good time.
Your explanation of how you're not going to take over the podcast took longer than the period.
Okay. Well, wait, I'm not sure what the alternative is if it's just for me to be completely silent.
No,
I think it's it's a thing about control, Sean, and usually you have it, and I think it's time that you spread it up. The same way you like to spread merch through the area is share the control. And I think that if I can bring anything, it's to be a bit more respectful of other people on the podcast. So.
You're right. Let's just what.
I feel good. I feel like I was at a TED Talk. So I like that. Thank you.
Time to redistribute the game master role. And by today, we're going to do that by things being exactly the same as they always are. But yeah, so the plan, Brent, what the fuck are you doing?
I was eating a strawberry, and I couldn't talk, and I didn't want people to think I left.
Brent's not wearing headphones either because he refuses to.
He refused. He said it would interfere with his process.
I didn't say that, but that's very funny.
So today, the plan is we are going to play another flashback episode, which follows a young Tacoma Dome on the streets of McCall, in between the death of his adopted father, Bruce Spruce, and his exiting of the city of McCall.
Anyway, sorry, wrap it up. So let's get back to Sean. Sorry, Wes.
And so you sent us an idea, and you've listened to the podcast, right? You listened to the show?
For sure.
Yeah, so you kind of know like the vibe and the characters, and
yeah, and I know what needs to change. Yeah, for sure. So you listen to enough, and you're like, I like it, but what could get better? And there's always room for improvement, and for sure. And I'm not saying that's what this is, but I gave you guys a lot of notes as well. So when you have time to check those out.
What medium did you submit them on?
I've been pushing those through iTunes reviews. So yeah, they get deleted pretty quick, so you guys got to be on the ball to check it out.
Why did they get deleted?
I don't know, regulations or something. Anyway, let's wrap it up, Sean. Let's get back to Sean here.
So you sent Abdul and I a character description for an idea that you had. Do you want to go ahead and bust that out and read it for us?
Yeah, sure. All right.
And I did say we're going to do a flashback episode on the streets of McCall where Tuck is like a street urchin.
Yeah.
And childhood friend is probably the easiest way to go for character
this is
framing.
the context that Brent was working from.
Yeah, sure.
When he
From a suggestion to say, like, Brent, this could happen, or do whatever you feel is good, because this is your personal time. You're using it, to enjoy yourself. So,
well, just read your character description.
Okay, I'll just do that then. Thanks. So my character is and will be King Dark Edge, the Blood Dragon Wizard of Targonia. And Dr. Falcon Dark Edge hails from Targonia and is the sworn protector against the outer planes of the Dark Dimension and the forces of terror/chaos. Along with his noble band of Zone Lords, Dark Edge has fought against the outsider Lord Terros and his horde of mutant Borgs, along with aliens, demons, monsters, vampires, abominations, undead, ghouls, goblins, dark dwarves, Dinobots, Shoggoths, giant birds, ninjas, tengus, Illitharians, blobs, and others. And Dark Edge has many abilities, including Blood Dragon magic, which everyone knows about, fighting abilities honed through temporal chambers. Don't need to explain that. Cybernetic enhancements, mega jumps, a bag of infinite holding, access to genies, I-beams, a manticore that he rides, and other abilities yet to be revealed, even to him. Dark Edge has had many adventures, and he finds himself in this small dirt city in between quests in the moment. And Abdul's character, I forgot the name, so I called him Grand Cherokee here, has heard legends of Dark Edge and his timeless and enjoyable adventures. Normally, Dark Edge would never risk the life of a young, experienced adventurer like himself, but he's asked by the leader of the Questmaster Association Guild, who is also his best friend, and they have a history together, to guide young Abdul's character on the path of good neutral. So,
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
When Kilner accepted the job of smuggling escaped heiress Samantha Trapp across the galaxy, she expected the job to be over and done with quickly. But now they're stuck with each other and they have a job to do.
Think of Automnicon as a sort of student loan company. You take a loan from them and then they own you until you've paid it off with interest.
So all I have to do is pay off my debt? Fine, I can do that. How much do I owe?
900,027 credits. And counting.
You're stuck here, with me, to work it off.
We Fix Space Junk is a sci-fi sitcom from Battlebird Productions, featuring travelling by cryo.
Don't worry if you feel like you're drowning. That's perfectly normal. Wait, what?
Aliens from across the galaxy.
Greetings, visitors.
Stop, popcorn!
Hello, Your Excellency.
AIs.
Dad, how do I do air? You're already doing it automatically. Calm down.
And, of course, thrilling and exciting missions in outer space. Hello, valued employees. Here are the details for your next exciting mission. You will be repairing a
device redacted.
In or at the
location redacted.
We Fix Space Junk is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Subscribe, consume, integrate, indoctrinate, assimilate, degenerate, and watch your body decay into a faceless husk as your mind floats aimlessly in space. Register your interest with Automnicon now.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.